With 118 days until the opening ceremony of the Atlanta Olympics, work continues on the Olympic Park just a few blocks from the Omni. And inside the Omni, the United States has to sit and wait and see if they will be one of the teams to advance to the final round. Kerry Strug did her part with a 9.6 on the beam. Up now is Camille Martins of Canada. She will be performing the rhythmic ball. And with more on the rhythmic ball, here's Elfie.
Greg, key elements to look for in all rhythmic routines are combinations of turns, balances, and leaps. This is one discipline where the gymnast strives for the illusion that the apparatus is actually an extension of her body. Greg, Camille actually started rhythmic gymnastics with 1984 Olympic champion Lori Fung in Vancouver. She's now moved to Toronto to train with one of the great Bulgarian coaches, Ludmila Dimitrova. She felt that she needed the change. Ludmila has coached every athlete at every level of the sport, European champions, World Cup champions, and Olympic champions. What you'll notice in this routine is that the music really builds, and it builds along with the intricate moves. There's a great balance move.
And Elfie, you mentioned the tremendous flexibility. Many people at home watch men's and women's gymnastics and are marvel at the flexibility, but these young ladies are far more flexible. It's incredible.
And combination of flexibility and balance. Camille told me earlier that she really emphasizes expression in all her routines. She really wants the audience to be drawn into her performance. Very difficult skill right there. Excellent double turn. Again, one of the trends in rhythmic gymnastics since the 1992 Olympics, more emphasis on turns and balances.
That's Camille Martins.
Canadian Camille Martins, a member of a real mixed trio. She's grouped with Diego Lizardi of Puerto Rico and Oksana Chusovitna of Uzbekistan, because some countries didn't send a gymnast in all three events. Here's Diego Lizardi on the high bar.
And I think this is his best and most exciting event, Greg. He does some big skills, but he also uses the code of points very well to maximize his start value. He'll start off with a major release right off the bat. Watch, he'll gain a lot of speed here. This is called a Kovacs. 2 flips over the bar. Very well done. Now here is a combination, like I said, that he uses the code of points very well. This actually gives him 5/10 of bonus. He's a good gymnast, but a little bit rough at times, kind of walks around the bar, and all those little steps are small deductions. Big dismount, 2 twists, 2 flips. Oh, small hop, but very good routine.
Diego Lizardi, 4-time national champion of Puerto Rico. And 2/3 of the trio have done well with their best gymnast still to come, Oksana Chusovitna. And she will perform on the balance beam.
And actually, Greg, I was surprised to see that she chose balance beam for her second routine. I thought she might choose the floor exercise. She's very powerful on the floor exercise. And of course, in this event, strategy is key if you want to make it to the next round. However, she does have a good array of elements. She has performed very strong recently at the American Cup, so this shouldn't be a problem. Opening up a very, very powerful mount, front on. Remember, Boginskaya did the same element with a jump combination after it. She's a very calm competitor, very relaxed. Her choreography, however, is her downfall on this apparatus. Her strength, of course, are the big trick elements. Her power, she gets great height on her jumps. shows one of those skills right now, front summy. Does it with such ease. Look how high it is, a little bit of the balance right there. Rather simple combination, back handspring to a layout. Most of the top international stars are combining that with 2 or 3 layouts in a row. Then the leap combination, as I said, she gets great height.
But as you said, Elfie, she really doesn't have the aesthetic value that we see in some of the other athletes. Things look a little bit rougher.
And that's her style.
Yeah, you know, that often happens, though, when you have an athlete that's so powerful. She can capitalize on, you know, high dismounts like that.
And she does that so easily. She could add a twist.
Chusovitna and Boginskaya, teammates on the gold medal winning unified team in Barcelona.
Also a bronze medalist.
Here's the move where she had just a slight balance break, about a 10th deduction, but look how high she is. Landing a little bit low and then just off to the left side, but she manages to pull it all on.
That's Oksana Chusovitna.
So Oksana Chusovitna completes her performance, takes a seat. And as we look at the scores, that team total is higher than the U.S. team, which now falls to 3rd place. Teammates in Barcelona for the gold medal unified team. Now Oksana Chusovitna competes for Uzbekistan, Svetlana Boginskaya for Belarus. For Boginskaya, those Olympics must feel so long ago. She was the product of the Soviet gymnastics factory, a child of the system. This 2-time Olympian did not know life outside of gymnastics in the Soviet Union. The most decorated gymnast of her time. She was the rival to United States gymnastics programs. She was the enemy. After failing to earn an individual medal in Barcelona, Svetlana Boginskaya retired. But at age 21, she came to a foreign land to train in her rival's gym.
When I asked him if I can come here, he said yes. And it was his decision. And I'm so happy here, you know. I don't care what anybody says. I just want to be here, and I want him to coach me.
You know, it is ironic. This man's entire career, Bela Karolyi, he has been battling that Soviet Union gymnastics machine, and now he's training one of their stars, Svetlana Boginskaya.
And Tim, strange to see them together in the same country, in the same gym, but they do have one thing in common. They know what it takes to win. A lot of hard work and determination.
All right, Elfie and Tim. Now, as for the scores, Boginskaya's team is in first, followed by the team headed by Chusovitna, and Kerry Strug's team is in third. And the final team in the second round to perform, the Czech Republic's Andrea Sebestova starts it off with the rhythmic rope. And once again, here's Elfie to tell us all about rhythmic rope.
Well, Greg, although not as visually spectacular as the other rhythmic disciplines, the rope is considered by many experts to be the most challenging. Greg, Andrea was 8th at the 95 World Championships. Creativity is key in all routines. Take a look at her opening here. Talk about flexibility.
It hurts to watch.
Tosses are also a very important part with this routine. A very difficult apparatus to maneuver. Always trying to keep very tight formations. This is one of the compulsory elements, 3 leaps through the rope, and skipping, a very big part of this routine. Wow.
Very curious music style.
A lot of changes in pace, very different selection of music. She's got a lot going in this routine. Very important element here.
From the Czech Republic, Andrea Sebestova. And once again, we have a mixed group because she is paired with a couple of teammates from the Ukraine, one of which is Valery Goncharov, now to perform on the high bar.
Earlier this month, this young man took a huge spill at the American Cup on this event. You'll see why he does some major releases. A lot of speed right here. First one, right into another one. Oh! Wow, he was completely on the end of his fingertips, barely got his hands on the bar.
That's what makes that move so exciting.
I tell you, every time you see it, you can't believe they can actually do this stuff. Triple back somersault, 3 flips.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tim, that was the neatest triple back I've ever seen.
And what Elfie means by neat is knees were together, nice and clean form. Did a great job.
So, Elfie, what about these first 2 performances?
Well, Greg, Andrea put in a solid performance with her rope routine, and Valery's high bar, that should score well.
Yeah, and it should score some trouble, actually, for Team USA.
Well, when we come back, we'll see if the United States trio advances to the final round. All that stands between Kerri Strug and the United States is Svetlana Zelipukina. Remember, scores are held until all 3 are complete, and only the top 3 teams advance.
And you know, Greg, I think this was great strategy by Zelipukina. She's competing on floor exercise instead of balance beam. It's a much more stable event, and she's probably going to go out there and do a solid routine at this point in time. It's a good exercise for her.
Svetlana Zelipukina.
Well, Greg, as I said, a good choice strategy-wise for Svetlana. Not an incredible routine, but really doesn't have any major errors. This was the only one that was close to an error, her dismount. It's a handspring front with a full, just has a little bit too much power right here and kind of bounds forward.
The question is, Tim, was this good enough to knock the USA out?
Well, I would say it's going to be very close, but I'd say yes, actually.
USA total score once again was 27.95. Here are the scores.
The scores for the mixed pair from Ukraine and Czech Republic. Score for Andrea Semeshcheva, 9.35.
Good score from the rhythmic gymnast.
Score for Valery Goncharov, 9.4. Score for Svetlana Zelipukina, we don't have yet.
Well, a look at the figures tells us that anything over a 9.25 in the USA is out of the competition.
Well, 9.25, I would say that she's definitely going to have that.
9.6.
And that 9.6 means that the USA will not advance to the finals, and we can trace it back to John Roethlisberger's fall, can't we?
Well, this is actually where it all went wrong for Team USA.
Wow.
On the pommel horse, and all it takes in gymnastics is one slip of the hand.
John, unfortunately, things didn't work out quite the way you expected them to. The expectations were high here at this competition for you to win it. What happened?
Well, the horse is a tricky event, and I can't blame anything but myself. You know, I felt pretty good. Maybe I just wasn't focused enough, and my hand slipped off a little bit. But I feel bad. You know, I not only let down myself, but I let down my team, and they did a great job. And we'll have to pick it up for the next one.
Well, here's a look at the three teams that advanced to the finals. First place, the Belarusian team featuring Svetlana Boginskaya. In second, the team of the two Ukrainian gymnasts and the rhythmic from the Czech Republic. And in third, the real mixed trio of Chusovitna, Lazardi, and Martins. The U.S. team finished fourth. Carrie Strug had a solid meet, and she's with Elfie.
Carrie, you just told me the greatest thing. It feels great to be back, and you know, it's really showing through in your gymnastics. You must have felt very strong out there.
Yeah, you know, I had a good competition today. I was hoping we'd make it into the final round, but, you know, sometimes this is the way it goes. You know, we have a lot more competitions coming up, and yeah, I'm feeling great right now. I'm on a high from American Cup, and I'm really happy with my training, being back with the Curlies. You know, things are looking really good going into Atlanta.
Your feelings on John's fall? I know you had to perform right after him. How did you feel about the team?
I was a little bit disappointed, but I knew I still had my routine to go, and I just, you know, had to make ground up a little bit. Maybe we could somehow squeeze in there, but not this time. But, you know, bigger competitions are coming up. This was just for fun, so next time.
Carrie Strug, and there's John Roethlisberger. And what do they say about a picture being worth 1,000 words? We're back with the final round after this. That is Svetlana Boginskaya, and her team is in first place. We will see her on the floor later in this round. But first up is Andrea Serostova of the Czech Republic, and she's performing the ribbon. Remember, she's on the team with the two Ukrainian gymnasts, Goncharov and Zelapukina.
She put in a great performance with her rope apparatus. Remember that routine, her awesome display of flexibility. Well, she'll take advantage of her flexibility once again with the ribbon routine.
How important is the music?
I think the music is very important for the audience to try to get them into the routine. It's obviously important for the athlete. This is a major component to the routine. They're trying to fit the moves to the music. What the gymnasts have started to do is use different styles with all their different apparatus. So you'll see in this ribbon routine, very different look from her rope routine. A required element here, leaps. Remember, this is 6 meters in length. Very difficult to keep it in constant motion. Beautifully executed double turn. The leg right up to 180 degree. A lot happening in this routine, Greg. A lot of tosses and catches down on the floor, which is a riskier element to the move. There's her balance requirement. Over flexibility. Incredible.
And another good audience reaction to this 3-on-3 competition, which is making its first appearance in the United States.
Andrea finished 8th in the all-around at the 1995.
So the next competitor is Valery Goncharov on the parallel bar.
Austria. Our second competitor.
You notice those stitches underneath his chin. Like I said earlier this month, had a mishap on the horizontal bar. But now we're talking parallel bars, and I make reference again to high bar because in recent years, the athletes are starting to do release type elements on the parallel bars. He does 2 of them in his exercise. First one right here, it's a double back flip, watch it. two flips. Very nicely done. Second one comes in combination. 1 3/4 front flip. Little bit off balance, struggles a little bit. Very nice Diamondov skill. All the way to the side of the bars. His dismount. Stutz. And double somersault. And great landing. Another very solid exercise.
On the parallel bar.
Valery Goncharov.
Not only does he do the big release type elements, but he also swings parallel bars, traditional parallel bars, very well. That skill named after a Soviet gymnast, Diamondov.
So Goncharov with another fine performance under his belt, and that brings us to the last gymnast for this team. Advancing to the balance beam, Svetlana Zelopukina.
Greg, I think Svetlana has saved the best for last. This exercise is just packed with difficulty from start to finish. Here comes one of her big tricks right here. Aerial cartwheel, watch this, the 2 layouts. That is tough stuff.
She does it so well, too. Beautiful toes and knees. As Elfie said, this routine is just jam full of difficulty.
Here's the highlight to her beam routine. A full twisting summy in combination, round off, just a little bit off, but we'll give it to her. That's a tough move. She has such variety in difficult skills and also the beauty of her choreography. And as Tim mentioned, great leg extension. Her toes are always pointed.
I'm amazed at the poise and abilities of a 15-year-old.
She has trained this routine more than one time, let me tell you. She has spent countless hours going over this routine. It's not over yet. She has one other skill, her dismount, another combination. It seems like the whole routine is made up of combinations. Moving quite easily, and here it comes right here, the end of her routine. It'll take the entire length of the balance beam. Round off, back handspring. Oh, ow, ow, ow.
Oh, but Zelopukina up in a hurry.
Wow.
Wow, you really don't like to see falls like that. That was scary.
Bad news, bad news.
Well, let's hope the tears are tears of disappointment and not from pain and agony. She looked to jump up right in a hurry.
This was truly an exciting skill. I don't believe I've seen any athlete do it in the world today. Aerial cartwheel to 2 layouts in a row, but this was frightening. The combination dismount.
And you see that foot just doesn't get down on the beam. Oh, God. You don't like to see that.
But you do like to see her sitting up. Her score and those of her teammates right after this. Well, the good news is Svetlana Zelopukina appears to be all right, and the team total for them is 56.2. That's the score to beat. Canada's Camille Martins will perform the rhythmic clubs now. And let's go club hopping with Elfie, who tells us what to look for during this performance.
Well, Greg, you can well appreciate the difficulty with this apparatus, the only event where the gymnast has to worry about 2 pieces of equipment. One of the difficult things for Camille to adjust to, or that she had to adjust to when she moved to Toronto, was that she got a whole new set of routines. And this is a classical style. It's new for Camille, and she says it's quite challenging. Keep your eyes on both clubs. They're always supposed to be in constant motion. If she moves, throws one up in the air, the other one, she has to be doing something substantial with the other club. She certainly takes advantage of her turning ability. Excellently done. Now that's just a slight deduction. She recovered very quickly. It should only be a 10th. Big toss. See how high those clubs really go. Just a slight mistake, a small drop, just a 10th of a deduction.
You know, a lot of people think that this is a new sport, but only relatively. It made its Olympic debut as a demonstration sport in 1984, was a full medal sport in 88 and 92, and returns in 96.
From Puerto Rico on floor exercise, it's
Up next now is Diego Lizardi of Puerto Rico, and he'll be on the floor X.
And Greg, you'll see a new trend in men's gymnastics since Barcelona. The code of points, which are the rules that they judge by in men's gymnastics, valued front tumbling very high this time, so he'll do a lot of it in this exercise, and actually really not too well, to be honest. A little bit of a stumble there. It's very unfortunate because he's capable of doing some major acrobatic elements, but as I said, he gains the most difficulty by doing these front elements in a row.
Is that a coaching decision or a decision on the part of the athlete?
Well, it is both a coach and athlete decision. Of course, the technical committee for international gymnastics came up with the rules, and in my opinion, they're the ones that messed it up, so. He does show us a little bit of his ability tumbling-wise in his last pass. He'll do a full twisting double somersault. Here we go. A lot of power here. Really nicely done.
Tim, that was the best part of the routine.
Yeah, as you said, it was the best part. And as a gymnastics enthusiast, that's the kind of stuff you like to see. It just doesn't get any points.
So strong finish by Diego Lizardi. And the final gymnast for this team is
from Uzbekistan on the floor exercise.
Oksana.
It's Oksana Chusovina.
And this is someone who's going to show you just how high you can tumble. She's actually going to give Diego a run for his money. She has some of the most powerful tumbling in the world. And look at you. She didn't know where the head judge was.
We're over here.
Take a look at this opening tumbling pass. Well, it seems that she's watered down for this competition. She's actually capable of throwing a full twist in that second tumbling pass. Chose just to do a double tack.
Audience reaction for Oksana. Oksana Chusovina.
Well, she certainly hasn't lost her flair for tumbling. She needs to work on the choreography, and that's always been her way since 1992. She obviously gets high scores for her tumbling ability, which she didn't lack in this routine.
But, you know, as you said, Elfie, she's capable of so much more. Even though this was impressive enough, this only a double tuck. She usually does this with a full twist. I think she sensed that her teammate had kind of pulled her down a little bit. And
9.775 for Chusovina. Good score for her.
And the score for Oksana Chusovina.
And that team score makes this team and its score the score to beat. Back with the Belarusian team in a moment.
Welcome back to the McDonald's International 3-on-3 Gymnastics Championships.
Well, Chusovitna and Boginskaya aren't the only former Olympians from the Soviet Union in the Omni today. That is Olga Korbut, who is living in and coaching gymnastics here in Atlanta. Belarus, the last team competing today, and Svetlana Boginskaya will be competing last. First up for Belarus, Evgenia Pavlina performing the ball.
Greg, I think what we've noticed in all these routines is they're very creative, they're very innovative. The artistic world has decided to hire many rhythmic stars to help choreograph the artistic gymnastic floor exercises. I think they really appreciate the creativity that is involved in these routines.
Which brings up the old question, what's most important when you go out there to perform?
Well, in artistic gymnastics, there's a split between the tumbling and the choreography, so it really is a 50-50. And obviously, in this world, the creativity really takes over. I've noticed with Evgenia, she's very controlled, very solid in all her balance skills, her turns. Look at that, just beautiful. Excellent routine, very creative.
Evgenia Pavlina. And next up on the high bar is Andrei Khan. This young man, his grandparents were born in Korea. He has an aunt still living there.
Actually, the Korean team has tried to recruit Andrei to be a member of their team. He is, of course, a teammate of world and Olympic champion Vitaly Sherbo. He's one of the most elegant gymnasts in the world. Also does some big skills right here. Here's that Kovacs. Oh, beautifully done. Second release skill. You know, what Khan has lacked in the past is a little bit of strength. He's not physically as strong as sometimes you need to be, but at this competition and at the American Cup, he has done a great job. Double twisting, double somersault. Oh, just a little bit of a shimmy on that landing, but an excellent exercise.
So Andrei Khan. Let's go back and take one more look at his dismount and let you break it down for us, Tim.
Well, this is incredible. Just think about it. He uses what's called a tap. He'll pike his body right there, pull the bar down, and catapult himself into the air. 2 flips, 2 twists, and just that small hop back on the landing.
And you know what? It's all going to come down to Svetlana when we come back. The final competitor of the day, Svetlana Boginskaya, on the floor exercise.
A good one, and dance it.
Tonight's competition.
Be careful at the first now. All right, now let's
The
see.
1996 McDonald's International 3-on-3 Championship.
Some last-minute instructions from Bella. Be careful of the first tumbling pass. He knows that's the key. And he said to her, just dance it. You know, she's been in this position before. She can wrap it up for her team. She just has to go out there and do what she does best.
It's Svetlana Boginskaya.
But Bella certainly is correct. The first tumbling pass is the most difficult. Full twisting double somersault.
Go strong.
Go strong.
Out of bounds, that's 1/10 of the point deduction.
All right. hollow.
Good. Good. Big smile from Svetlana Boginskaya.
You know, she can dance, and that smile is just terrific to see. The out of bounds on the first tumbling pass is really not much to worry about at this point in time. Bella said, be strong, go for it. She does a double back summy with a full twist. Lots of height. She pulls it in under, gets a little over rotation, and then there you see the foot out of bounds.
And you know, Elfie, I think Bella is edging for our job here. He doesn't keep quiet through the whole routine, doing the color over there. She actually had problems with this pass the first day of the American Cup, but no problem there at all. 2.5 twists.
And you heard Bella's comments all throughout the routine, and there's his reaction at the conclusion. Yeah, that's worth a high five here and there. And
usually you got to be pretty nervous if you're standing around Bella, because he's going to grab you or hold you or hug you or something.
Greg, you know, there really wasn't any mystery that this was the favorite team going into the final third round. And really, when Svetlana finished that third and final tumbling pass, she really put a exclamation mark on their win. This team was very strong, all three performances.
And there are your scores, and it's not even close. The score needed was better than 56.6. 57.45 makes Belarus your winner. So the McDonald's 3-on-3 International Gymnastics champion, the team from Belarus. Welcome back to the Omni in Atlanta, everyone. Svetlana Boginskaya with her former teammate from the unified team, Oksana Shutsovitna, and one of her teammates today, Andrei Khan. The team from Belarus turns up champion today. And that sounds like Bella Karolyi, who has just received the official word that Belarus is the winner. Belarus the winner. Shutsovitna's team came in second, and down in the midst of all that celebrating is Elfie, who is with Svetlana.
Svetlana, you are definitely back. I'm having a hard time believing you're 23 years old. Is this where you want to be?
Yes, I can say definitely I want to be in the gym.
Now, as we head towards Atlanta, there are a lot of people that didn't think you could make this comeback. What do you say to your critics now?
Well, you know, people can think whatever they want. I cannot judge them, but you know, I'll try to do everything to be there and do well.
Two strong international showings back-to-back, the American Cup, this event. How good do you feel at this point in time?
Well, actually, probably, you know, it's not my best shape, but, you know, I'm getting in there, you know, slowly. It's taken me for a while to get in shape, but, you know, I'll try to handle it and do everything what I can.
Now, you're living in the United States. Nice to be back with your Belarusian teammates.
Yes, yes, you know, they did a great job. We all did a great job. I'm so happy for my team.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Indeed, we all add our congratulations as Svetlana Boginskaya takes another step on the comeback trail. For Elfie Schlegel and Tim Daggett, I'm Greg Gumbel. As we leave Atlanta today, we take with us the idea that the older girls aren't quite ready to let those Olympic dreams die. And as we say goodbye, we look back at some of those gymnastics memories, and fine memories they were, from Barcelona.
They're on their feet in the Plau San Jordi for American Trent Dimas.
She is off the beam.
That's a major disaster.
Oh,
I can't believe it.
I think it doesn't hurt to make a mistake in the competition of your life. become the first American team in 44 years to win a team medal in a non-boycotted Olympics.